Roar!
Ew.
Hello and welcome to Pony&Wolf Productions. Today we'll be reading Career Advice, written by Tennis Match Fan. As always, these are our amazing Patreons. Link is in the description if you wish to join. And shall we get to it? The first day of the Helping Hooves Music Festival was a success by all means. Colatrura's new friends had surpassed their profit goal, and it was only the first night. The past few years had been tumultuous, but in that moment, gratefulness overcame her. Without her career, without her fame and fans, who knows how the festival would have fared? Colatrura gazed at the reflection in the guest room's mirror, her eyes soft and contemplative. Sven Gallop, Applejack. Colatrura tilted her head, examining each midnight blue hair in her mane. After moons of that obnoxious dyed ponytail, the sight of her natural locks felt foreign. How could I have been so blind as to not notice Sven Gallop's greed? She wondered, blinking. Her bedroom door creaked open, and Applejack's blonde head appeared in the doorway. "Are you finding everything all right, Rara?" Applejack grinned. "Yes, of course." Colatrura beamed and embraced her friend in a brief hug. "Thanks so much for letting me stay here until I returned to Manhattan." Sven Gallop had taken Colatrura's backup dancers and trailer back to Manhattan faster than a cowboy chased by a rattlesnake. Colatrura had business to settle with him, but she'd deal with that when she returned home. "Well, of course, Rara," Applejack replied. "Anything to get you away from that dirty, rotten Sven Gallop. By the way," Applejack stepped back, "you have some visitors." "Hi, kindness, Rara." A marshmallow with a curly mane walked in. The mishmash of aliases endeared Colatrura. A grin split across her face. "Sweetie Belle." "I had so much fun singing with you," Sweetie Belle squeaked as she hugged Colatrura. "Skiddly and I are sleeping over with Applebloom, but I wanted to talk to you first." "I'll be downstairs." Applejack withdrew from the room. Colatrura sat down on the edge of the quilt-covered bed. With a flick of her hoof, she motioned for Sweetie Belle to join her. Once the filly was nestled beside her, Colatrura asked, "So, Sweetie Belle, what's on your mind?" Sweetie Belle's warm green eyes peered up at Colatrura. "I overheard you and Applejack talking about how charity concerts are your favorite thing about singing. Why?" "I wasn't expecting that," Colatrura thought, masking her surprise. "Charity's about helping ponies. Shouldn't that be the most important thing to focus on?" "Yeah," Sweetie Belle agreed. "But what if your cutie mark is about helping people? Do you have time to be a singer?" Colatrura's gaze fell on Sweetie Belle's cutie mark. "Is this about you, Sweetie Belle?" "You caught me," Sweetie admitted, smiling sheepishly. "My friends and I, well, our cutie mark's about helping other ponies figure out their cutie marks." "That sounds fun," Colatrura chuckled. "How can it not be fun?" Sweetie giggled. "If it's your talent, you should like it." "Agreed." Colatrura nodded. "So, what's the problem, Sweetie?" "The problem is that your talent is singing and my talent is helping ponies." Sweetie hopped off the bed and began to pace. "I like to sing, and I've always loved your music." Colatrura flinched slightly. After being used by her manager, she was seeing her past music in a new light, one that didn't appeal to her. Sweetie continued, "If I could, I would want to become a famous singer like you, but if I'm always traveling, how can I help ponies like I'm supposed to?" Colatrura cocked her head. "She's really overthinking this, isn't she?" "Sweetie," the pop star said gently, "if you're traveling, what do you get to do?" Sweetie Belle tilted her head, thinking. "Jet lag?" Colatrura giggled and hopped off the bed. "That, I suppose, but you get to meet so many fans. I've always loved seeing the look on little ponies' faces when I meet them. It makes me feel so good knowing I've inspired them." Sweetie Belle perked up. Coloratura's smile widened. She could practically see Sweetie Belle's brain grasping the concept. So, you're saying I should become an inspirational pop sensation? Sweetie asked, her eyes lighting up. Be true to yourself and all that mumbo-jumbo? And all that mumbo-jumbo, Coloratura confirmed, hugging Sweetie Belle. Sweetie Belle beamed, but after a moment, her smile faltered. What about Applebloom and Skittly? They're not interested in singing with me. I can't advise you on all your decisions, Coloratura told the filly gently. You three will have to figure that out with each other. But, whatever happens, I know you three are going to succeed. Sweetie nodded thoughtfully. I guess that makes sense. Suddenly, they heard a tapping on the door. Applebloom's muffled voice called,
Sweetie, we can't start through the day without you.
Sweetie, I'll be there in a minute, Sweetie promised. Coloratura smiled. Anything else you want to ask? Sweetie grinned shyly. Can I record a song with you? Applejack told me she and Rarity have a friend in Manhattan. Next time you visit her, maybe we can set up a time to record. Coloratura winked. Sweetie's horn ignited with a green aura, and she pulled the bedroom door open. Thanks for talking with me, Coloratura. You're welcome, Coloratura replied, as her visitor left the room to join her friends. I need to make note and get Sweetie's address from Applejack, Coloratura thought, when she returned to her mirror. Having a pen pal is so much fun. A sweet story, and one I can definitely see happening. I mean, Sweetie Belle is a singer, most definitely, and I can so see her becoming quite a famous singer. How it would work with the other two, I'm not entirely sure, but I know they'd figure it out in the end. Who knows? Maybe she could be a famous charity singer, someone who goes around singing for charity, and just happens to also be stupidly popular. That's a possibility. I've never heard of a thing like that, though. She'd have to be supported in another way money-wise. Anywho, that was Career Advice, written by Tennis Match Fan. Hope you all enjoyed, and keep watching that moon. Bye!